This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Oilers and the Washington football team. Season is hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. First carry of the game, and right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Now Allen. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
35-yard line.
That was well played there defensively. Two tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now on second and 13, Allen. And this one is incomplete. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
And 13.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On play action, Allen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Dorian O'Daniel, third-round pick in 2018, made the tackle.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Open man is Sims. He's got it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Going to give this time to the tailback. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, your front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit. And that's what he did on that play.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts.
Allen hit. He lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders, and he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
And it's 3rd down.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you could hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Second and 9 now. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A 14-yard touchdown. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Makes this Washington 7. Oilers nothing.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
The ball carrier.
The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play action. Now it's Allen. And he whips that one incomplete there.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Allen. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
4th down.
Is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look look to throw here. And he'll find Hall. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
1st and 10.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 16 yards, a 1st down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Going to give this time to the tailback. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes this Washington 14. Oilers nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now on 2nd and 13. Allen. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number 1. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Allen off the play fake. He'll fire it deep for... And this is caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jalen Reagor with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes this Washington 14. Oilers 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now you got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
Ties the game at 14. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Brings up 2nd and...
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on third. he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch.
Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
One-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though.
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a first down.
And he'll be the one in the film session. He'll be saying, hey, run that one back, coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that
2
again.
more times.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Take over first and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Takes this about 5 yards deep.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Right back to him on first down. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And he gets it down to the 32. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 19-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now Sanders. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
The ball carrier.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A gain of 5.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
The 45-yard line.
Here's Allen to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive. Almost whiffed on it. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Back to throw here. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception. Really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7.
one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. The throw taken in by Sims. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now they try the right side here. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. For Washington on 3rd down, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. On play action, Allen. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And they'll send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team.
the return is Sims. 13 yards the tally on the return there.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 45-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And Washington has taken the lead.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes this Washington 21, Oilers 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
At the 25-yard line.
To throw again. Allen. They've got his man complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Allen going to throw. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Allen. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Hayden Hurst. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th.
At 21 apiece.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And again this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. For 16 yards, a first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. They'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff looking right. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Taking it in from 24 yards out.
And Washington has taken the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. On play action, Allen, he's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Allen going to go on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That will tie the game, 28 all. Jake Elliott.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them inbounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's a gain of 6.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Rush in. 54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Go, Randy, return.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
44-yard line.
gears, switch gears.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Open man here, Sims complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 6 there on first.
8-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
44, 44, Mike, 44. I don't think you got it, son. 44 is the Mike, 44 is Mike. Check.
And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Incomplete from the contact. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll find Hall. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year. But he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
First down and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really long.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
So a victory here for the Washington football team.
And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for Washington, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else, in their sanity as they move to 4-6. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they suffered just their 2nd loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.